Hello there, my name is Elagium, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock tutorial with your favorite cardigan-wearing Minecraft character. And in this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to build this 8-layer slime farm for your Minecraft Bedrock 1.19 worlds. This slime farm is capable of producing thousands of slime balls per hour and requires absolutely no redstone or moving parts of any kind, making it a completely AFKable farm that is very simple to manage. Once this farm is fully set up, you're going to have thousands upon thousands of slime balls at your disposal, which for a single player world is probably going to be all you're ever going to need, and more than enough for a server if you want to open up a shop. In terms of mechanics, this farm is incredibly straightforward, and because it requires no redstone or any moving parts of any kind, means that we're only relying on mob spawn mechanics. We will have slime that spawn down here on this platform. They will then see some iron golems that we have positioned here on the side, and the slimes, because they will see the iron golems as hostile, will jump right towards them, fall down into this magma cube water channel where they will be automatically broken up, drop down into smaller versions, and then collected by some chests. So very simple, very straightforward mechanic wise. There really isn't a lot to this other than just digging down a hole and building a platform. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into the tutorial. So to get started, the first thing you're going to want to do is grab your world seed from your world settings, then head over to chunkbase.com, click on the app section, and then click on the seed map. You're going to want to type in your world seed and then make sure you select Bedrock 1.19 as the version. And then underneath these filters, we're going to toggle off everything but slime chunks. You can select these individually, or you can use these convenient select all, deselect alls to select the correct biomes. Once you have that in place, you're going to want to type in coordinates near you or coordinates where you want to build your slime farm. I'm just going to type in some coordinates for my world right here, click the go button, and this will give you a rough idea of where slime chunks are. Each of these green dots right here is going to be a slime chunk, and if you hover over any single one of these, you're going to get the coordinates of that slime chunk, and then also get the coordinate borders, which will help you map out the exact one of your chunk that we're going to dig out. And once you have identified the chunk where slimes are going to spawn, you're going to want to head over to it, and we are going to mark out an 18 by 22 area. The orientation of this doesn't matter, so whether it's east or west, it really doesn't matter. I'm using a resource pack here in Bedrock that uses armor stands to give me the exact chunk borders. You don't have to use this. You can use really whatever method you're comfortable with, but I'll drop a link down to this in the description. It just makes it very easy to the chunk borders and a whole bunch of other things. So just use this because it doesn't require cheats and it's super simple. But once you have identified the chunk and verified that this is where the chunk is, go ahead and mine yourself out an 18 by 22 area, and we're going to be digging down straight to Y level 11. Now, once you are ready to mine out this chunk, you're going to want to make sure you have yourself some very good tools. I recommend at least having diamond level gear, at least a diamond shovel with efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3, and at least a diamond pickaxe with the same. Don't try to dig this out with an iron shovel and pickaxe. You really won't be happy with that. It'll take you a really long time. And the other thing that I would strongly recommend is having a haste 2 beacon. This will drastically cut down on the time that you need in order to make this. You can do it without a haste 2 beacon, but you're going to want to have haste 2. We're taking out an entire chunk. Now, as you begin your descent down into madness, also known as this hole you're digging, you're probably going to find some of these side caves that are just connected right to it. Go ahead and walk through these caves, explore them just a little bit, and just torch spam them so that nothing can spawn. You're going to want to make sure that you have these areas pretty well lit so that skeletons and spiders and all sorts of other mobs don't spawn in this and end up taking up your mob cap. And of course, once you have fully lit up these cave areas that are nearby, you're going to want to seal off this area completely so that your slime can't go into it. Additionally, as you are digging this pit, I strongly recommend that you have a ladder of some kind put off to one of the sides. just so that you can cart materials in and out of this area. There's a lot of good materials down here since we're basically digging out an entire chunk. So if you need the materials, I strongly recommend that you save them. Otherwise, you can just leave them down here to despawn naturally. But around Y level 30, as we've seen here, you should start seeing a couple slime start to spawn if you're going up and down this ladder. That is a very good sign and means that we are almost to where we need to dig to. And once you have reached Y level 11, go ahead and place down your chunk markers just so that you can identify where the borders are. We are going to mine out one more layer inside of this chunk border, and then we are going to line it with a marker block of some kind, just something that looks a little bit different so that we can delineate where the borders of our chunk are going to be at. This just makes it really easy to rebuild the platforms that we're going to be building and identify where everything needs to be placed. And once you have our spawn platform set in, you're going to want to align the shorter side with a different kind of block. That's just so that we can identify where our walls need to be. And then in this 3 area that we have over here, we're going to build a 3x4 little tunnel right down here. So go ahead and mine out all of this stuff right here on both sides of your farm. Back here on the top, you're going to want to count in to the center of our farm. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to dig out these 4 blocks right here. This is going to be the center of our farm. Place down a marker block of any kind. And just to help you with the next part, just go to the longer edge here where we've dug our chasms and just dug yourself out a little 2x2 square right here on both sides. This will just help us find where the center of our farm is when we are doing the next part down in our trench. Once you have that center area marked out, you can come down here to the trenches that we have dug. And on both sides of the farm, we're going to line this bottom area with magma blocks as shown here. And we're going to leave this area here in the center, these 2 blocks empty for the time being. For now, just go ahead and repeat this process here on the other side. You should have 2 blocks left over right here, which then we are going to dig out. So go ahead and grab your pickaxe, dig out this 2x3 area right here, and then we are going to extend this 2x4 area that we have here directly underneath our farm all the way to the other side of the farm. So go ahead and dig this out 22 blocks. Once you have this trench dug out, you're going to want to lay down 14 magma blocks as shown here. We're going to extend this 7 blocks out. Then we're going to drop down a layer, extend this out to this middle section directly below the center of our farm as we have shown here. And then we're going to dig our collection system. So here in the very center of our farm, once we have all of our magma cubes placed in, we're going to want to grab some temporary items that we can align our hoppers to. Alternatively, you can put chests here if you want, because this is where our collection system is going to be. Place down 1 hopper behind each of these blocks, and then you can knock these temporary blocks out. Then we're going to place down some blocks down here. Go ahead and block that area off as well so that you can step up. And then the next thing that we're going to do is grab ourselves a temporary block here and here. Then grab yourselves some rails. We're going to put 1 rail down on top of each of these hoppers. There we go. It doesn't really matter which way they're oriented. Then drop down a minecart here. This is going to be our collection system that will suck in and siphon all of our items. And then once that's in place, you can knock out all these temporary blocks. Go ahead and place some blocks here so you can align the rest of your magma cubes. Then go ahead and finish this layer off with magma. And finally, you're going to want to get yourself some water buckets. Then on the outside of the farm here, you're going to want to place down a water bucket here on each of the corners of this edge. You should see water flow all the way here to this middle section, but not spill over and overflow. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Make sure you're crouching when you do this, because this is going to cause a lot of pain. And if you're having trouble like I am here, you can dig yourself out a little kind of service tunnel that you can work with. Once you have that section done, you just need to fill in this middle section right here. Make sure you place water on each side. You should see water flow all the way down to here. Make sure that you get both of these areas. Then here in the middle of farm where we just blocked this off, you're going to want to place down 1 water bucket here in the corner, and then another water bucket here in the corner, and you should have water flow to where the center of our farm is. If you have some slime balls, which I'm sure by now you have plenty, you should see that they all kind of flow down into this area and then get siphoned up by our hoppers. Make sure if you dug out yourself a service channel, as I've done here, that you go back in and you fill this in so you don't have any slime try to accidentally or intentionally climb in there and not get themselves hurt. Then once you have this here, congratulations, you can finally get out of the worst place of this farm. And now we just have one more thing left to do for the first layer. So to entice our slime to want to jump to their death, we're going to give them some bait that they're going to want to hurt. So go ahead and dig yourself out a 2 by 3 by 4 little box area as we have shown here. And then we were going to want to clear out this entire wall on both sides. This will ensure that slimes have a line of sight to our iron golem that we're going to place right here. So just go ahead and dig all of this out. Doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to be functional. Then do the exact same thing here on the other side. Once you have this trench dug out, you're going to want to spawn in your iron golem and make sure that he doesn't get stuck in the walls. If you get stuck in the walls, you can go ahead and fill that back area in. Then go ahead and protect your iron golem by laying down some trapdoors around the sides and the front. If you notice that your iron golem here won't let you place anything, like I said, just go ahead and carve out that area behind it. It really doesn't matter whether that's there or not. Just if you want to save digging 2 blocks because you're probably sick of it by now, you can go ahead and ignore that for the most part. And additionally, because bedrock, make sure that you name tag your iron golems so they don't actually despawn. Repeat the process on both sides and also light up the area around your golems so that no hostile mobs can spawn there. And if you want to, you are technically now done with this farm. You should see some slime start to spawn once you get a little bit out of the area. Normally climbing up all the way to the top of this ladder is more than sufficient to do this. But as you can see right here, we already have some slime starting to spawn in. I recommend that you at least get some spawned in just to test and verify that all of your slime are dying by our magma blocks and being siphoned in down to your collection chamber. And like I said, if you wanted just a 1-layer slime farm, this is really all that you need to do. You can call it a day and then just dig out a pit to where you can collect your slime. There's really not much else to it, but if you want to collect more than just 1 layer of slime, we can certainly extend this out another 7 layers to collect even more slime. Building the remaining 7 layers is exactly the same as the layer that we just built. So go ahead and build each layer 7 more times. You're going to want 3 blocks of air between each layer, with the 4th block being the outer edge border. Go ahead and build yourselves the iron golems and everything else for as many layers as you want, all the way up to 8, because that's going to be the maximum. And once you are satisfied with that, we need to actually build our AFK platform. So we're going to want to find the center of our farm, then go over 23 blocks, and then we are going to commit the cardinal sin of Minecraft and dig straight down all the way to about Y level 7 or so, which is where our chest storage is. Once you have hit Y level 24, go ahead and build yourself a little AFK platform. This is where we are going to AFK, and then you can finish digging all the way down to Y level 6 or 7, where your chest is. And then we're going to complete a service tunnel that runs all the way to where our chest collection system will be. And while you're down here, if you haven't previously placed in any chests to collect all of your items, go ahead and do it now. And if you have any junk in here previously from anything you've dug out, go ahead and clear that out as well. And finally, the last 2 things that I recommend you do before you use this farm is place some markers, some trapdoors over your AFK platform so that you don't accidentally have a mob drop down on your head while you're AFK, and just torch spam the entire area around for about a 4 chunk radius if you're playing on a sim distance of 4, just to make sure that nothing is going to spawn and take up the mob cap. I also recommend if you have any of these caves or ravines nearby, just go ahead and explore them just a little ways. Torch spam them as much as you can so that things don't spawn, and make sure everything is well lit so that you don't have skeletons or other creepy crawlies ruining your mob cap. And with that, your slime farm is now complete. Once you're at your AFK platform, slime should spawn on any of these 8 platforms, jump down to their death trying to get these iron golems, be broken apart by your magma blocks, and then be collected automatically by your collection system. So absolutely no moving parts, just like I promised. Very simple, other than digging down an entire chunk. But that's going to be it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys watching this episode. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, got lots of slimes from it, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, or if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. But like I said, that's going to be it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.